Hey Wildflowers, welcome to episode 8, where we continue our journey to blossom regardless. In this episode, we're discussing the topic of potential and how we can discover the greatness within, how we can uncover the abilities that God has placed in us, which is to enable us to become the people of power, the people of impact, and the people of influence that He has created us to be. Many people are on a quest to find and fulfill their potential, and organizations spend a lot of money, time, and effort to identify and develop high potential candidates. It's very important that we know our potential, because in our potential lies our success. In our potential lies our impact. In our potential lies our influence. The good news is, as wildflowers, our potential is limitless, because our source, which is God, is limitless. Potential is determined by the source. And what I mean by this is that the seed can only grow to become the tree and produce its fruits if the soil is fertile. To really unleash our personal power is to discover where our greatest potential lies. Our greatest potential lies in our purpose. So purpose and potential are interconnected, because purpose is the why we've been created, and potential is the ability to perform that function. So when we discover where our greatest potential is, we can blossom and become all God has created us to be. So we can discover our greatest potential on 3 levels. Firstly, on the spiritual level. So as wildflowers, that's the first pillar of the blossom regardless formula. We connect to our source. And in connecting to our source, we are able to know what our greatest potential is. There is a knowing deep down. And some people call it intuition, but I call it the Holy Spirit. So the Holy Spirit will download to you, and you know in your innermost being. I don't know about you, but sometimes, when you say that, I know I'm destined for greatness, and you're not just saying it, you know that deep down, there's greatness inside, roaring to come out. And how do you know this? You can't really explain it. There's no words to explain how you know, but you know. And that is Holy Spirit. That is our intuition. So we have to get closer. We have to connect. We have to draw to our source, who will be able to download and let us know where our greatest potential lie. The second level is to connect to ourself. That's the second pillar of the blossom regardless formula. In connecting to ourself, we get to understand our innate abilities, our greatest desires, and some people call this our instincts. God has placed this in us. So he lets us know by His Holy Spirit on a spiritual level that we are destined for greatness. So we know this. And then He places in us the seeds. And the seeds is our desires, is our talents, our instincts, as some may call it. The things that we do with minimum effort, but we get the greatest results. These are our giftings, these are our talents. There's a saying that says that the desire to do something is the ability to do it calling out to be released. So what are your greatest desires? We have to connect to ourselves to know what our greatest desires are, our greatest dreams are, our talents and our giftings. And then the third level is the service, the professional level. And on this level, there's a report that has been written by Harvard Business School, and it identifies 5 characteristics or 5 qualities that businesses can use to identify high potential candidate. So on our professional journey to become all God has called us to be and to rise to the positions of power and influence, there are 5 areas that they look at to say that this individual is a high potential individual. The first one is motivation. The things that drive you, the things that you are so passionate about. The second one is curiosity. So what are you curious about? What are you so interested in that you want to find out more about? The third one is insight. So there are things that you know that you don't even know where you know it from, but you just know, and it's easy for you to pick up. And engagement. There are things that you're so interested in being involved in. And the final one is determination. There are certain things that you are determined to achieve, they're determined to do, and nothing's going to stop you. So on a professional level, these are the 5 areas that organizations look to determine high potential candidates. So in your professional journey, what are the projects? What are the things that you do that you have great motivation for, you have great curiosity for, you have great insight on, you have great engagement for, and great determination for? These are the areas you can really, truly rise and to your highest potential and become the person of impact, influence, and the power that God has created you to be. So, the reflect and capture exercise that I'm going to leave with us. Find yourself a quiet space, pen and paper, and start to reflect. On a spiritual level, what is the knowing? What do you know in your innermost being that you are capable of doing? The more that you have to give. On a personal level, what are those instincts? What are the desires and the dreams that you have? And then on our professional level, look to the characteristics. Where are you most motivated? Where are you most curious? Where are you most insightful? Where are you most engaged? And where are you most determined? Whatever you're doing, that you can identify these 5 qualities, the projects that get you stirred up on these 5 levels are the areas that you can thrive and flourish in. I hope this episode has been beneficial for you to help you on discovering and unlocking your potential to unleash your personal power. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to blossom regardless.